Negative exponents. We know negative exponents are just going to flip the fractions on these ones. So again, don't let the negative thing throw you off right here. Now, along those lines, let's start with this one. Base 15, it does have an exponent, then we got base x with its own exponent of -4. Be aware that that base 15 has an exponent of 1. Okay, now the reason why I'm saying that is because some students ignore that, and they say, oh, okay, this is 15 to the power of 4 times x to the power of -4. They know the negative exponent will flip it, and then they got 15x to the power of 4 like this even, and they'll say, hey, that looks pretty good right there, right? Well, the -4 right here is not applying to the 15. The 15 has its own exponent of a phantom 1. So please don't make that mistake, because it is a mistake. Now, if you make it right now while we're practicing, that's not really bad. But what does this mean? Well, it means that we kind of look at these as separate factors right here, right? We got 15 to the power of 1 and x to the power of -4. So I would look at that x to the power of -4 as x to the power of -4 over 1, which then allows me to flip it, right? So now that would become 1 over x to the power of, having flipped it, it becomes +4. And then I got that 15 to the power of 1, right? Now, even though those are offset, I really don't need that 1. I can make it a phantom 1. Same with the exponent now. And if I were to just kind of condense this, I would have 15 over x to the power of 4, which is the same thing I have right to the left, immediately to the left there. It just looks better, I guess. There it is. So again, this -4 exponent here does not apply to the 15. Do not flip the 15. The 15 has a positive exponent, so it will stay in what would be a numerator. The 15, by the way, is in a numerator. Just make it over 1 if you want. All right. Now, this next one, we're going to work a little different, okay, because I got my parentheses. I've got 2 values in the parentheses, and then I've got my -2 exponent there, which is fine. So some students may flip the fraction right now, which is what I am not going to do. What I'm going to do is stick with the rules that we just saw. I do want to see that exponent of 3 is 1. And then I take my -2 exponent and then apply it to both exponents on the inside of that fraction. Okay, so here's what it gives me. My bases are not going to change yet. But I would then have 4 times -2, which would give me an exponent of a, which is -8. And then my denominator 3, exponent 1 times -2, which would be a new exponent of -2. Now, originally we would say flip the fraction, right, for those negative exponents. But what that does for us is it's going to take the bases and then flip them. Okay, but by flipping these, now the exponents become positive. So now it's 3 to the power of 2 over a to the power of 8. Again, +2 exponent, +8 exponent. In 990, it's possible you did these one at a time, which is okay. You can look at them separately, kind of like we looked at 15 and x to the power of -4 separately, which we essentially do here. I see a to the power of -8. Okay, I put it in the denominator. 3 to the power of -2, which is in the denominator. So if I put it in the numerator, again, it's flipping that fraction to make the exponents from negative to positive. So you'll have to keep in mind, if this was a to the power of +8, I would not have flipped that particular base. It would have stayed in the numerator. And then finally here, of course, I've got a to the power of 8 on the bottom. Nothing I can do with that. But I do know 3 to the power of 2 is 3 times 3, which is 9. And so this is what we're looking for on that one.